But I'm very proud anyway.
Very proud to be, so you're in training now. I saw you
I'm
sitting
being
on the
coached by the former world champion, a man named Jeff the Gelding Harvey.
Jeff the Gelding Harvey. Yeah. I think he was a soprano singer, wasn't he, Jeff the Gelding?
Yeah, he is now anyway.
Oh, you did some boxing? You were a fighter for a bit, eh?
Yeah.
Now, what were you, middleweight, lightweight?
No, welterweight.
Oh, welterweight. How did you do? Were you a good fighter?
I could beat mugs.
You could beat?
You know, clowns.
Clowns?
Yeah. But then I got in with a couple of guys who could really fight, and it was all over.
That was the end of that?
Yeah, that was the end of that. Yeah.
But did you get your nose, you actually looked, was your nose broken one time? It looks like you took a couple.
About 3 times. Yeah.
About 3 times? Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like you took a couple
It has
of shots.
no, you get a profile shot of it.
Oh, there's no?
Has no bone in it.
I tell you now, you do that, you sit in brine, you put the ferret in your pants. I think you have to worry.
I have a good life, don't I?
You have to worry about women bothering at all.
No.
Have you ever been seriously injured? I know you worked on bridges and you did the...
Yeah.
What did I read once about you having a brain hemorrhage? You almost died?
Yeah, serious. Yeah. I had a cerebral hemorrhage.
Now, how did that come about? Was it ferret in your ear?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't into the ferrets then.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was working out in an oilless place, and I thought I'd see how much I could bench press. And there was no one else in the gym, and I was pressing something about the size of a refrigerator, and I felt this pain in the back of my head, and I thought, oh, I've pinched a nerve. You know? And it just got worse and worse. It was like an eagle had come down out of the sky and fastened onto my skull. This terrible pain, and there was no one else at the gym, and I left there and went out to my car. And by now, I'm sort of, you know, my eyes are rolling and starting to throw up, and sort of head was on fire. So quite cleverly, I got into my car, naturally, and drove to the hospital, but with my head hanging out the window because I feel like I was going to pass out.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably the only man in the world ever to drive a car whilst having a cerebral hemorrhage. Sort of walked into the doctor and said, oh, I don't feel too good. You know, pinched it. No, you have no cerebral hemorrhage. And my brain was bleeding.
Wow.
And the lucky part was it bled in the part of my brain that I don't use much anyway.
Right.
That's a fairly large part of it.
Yeah, the whole thought process part. Yeah.
So I was supposed to die. You know, I had eulogies in the newspapers at home in particular. It was actually on here on Entertainment Tonight.
That's right. I remember hearing that you were dead, and I thought maybe I had that wrong. And
said I died of a stroke. Yeah, you did have it wrong, Joe.
You know, yeah.
Thanks for the flowers.
Was that fun to read your eulogy? I mean, a bit...
Oh, no, it was terrible because they all said wonderful things about me, so it was a taste of what it'd be like if you really were dead, you know, but after a couple of days it stopped bleeding, they didn't have to operate, and it heals itself, and it's a freak thing. It was something I was born with, and it will never happen again. But the press never forgave me at home.
Oh, they wanted you dead?
You know, they wanted me dead, you know. I walked out of the hospital a week later, oh no, I'm okay. I went back to ferret legging, you know. So they attacked me from then on.
Now let me ask you about Flipper. Did you like working with the dolphin? Was that fun?
No.
No? You're very honest.
Hated the mongrel.
Yeah,
no, they said never work with animals, kids, yeah. And don't work on the water.
Yeah.
And so, like, we were with Universal doing Flipper immediately after Waterworld. But, you know, it all turned out magical. We had 8 hurricanes come through, and none of them hit the island, didn't stop us filming for one day. So we survived all that wind, and then we go to the box office, and Twister comes along and blows us right out the water.
Oh, but you're number 2, you're the family film.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I auditioned for that role in Flipper, did you know?
I know, I heard about it. I undercut your price.
But the dolphin was so foul-mouthed.
I know, we all heard
that was the problem.
It's embarrassing.
And I'll show you the clip. Where's that? Do we have the clip from my... Take a look. Here it is.
Hey, look, why don't you get the crabs, you little squid?
Hey, hey!
I got your bait right here.
Lick my fins, you upright-walking head! I'd be surprised if you could find your in a Greek prison!
Anyway, the film is Flipper, and it's the number 2 movie, so that's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good. Paul Hogan, be right back with Ricky Jay. Thank you, Paul. Good to see you. Ricky Jay right after this.